first one is, how do you know if your songs are worth recording? Man, that's such a great and loaded question to start with. I think the overall answer is all of your songs are worth recording. I think what's kind of hidden in this question is, are my songs good enough or ready to be recorded? But I think it's a tricky thing because just like with the writing process, the recording process takes time to get good at as well. I know for me personally, the first song that I recorded, it was a song that I really liked, and I was, excited to get that one recorded. And then there just ended up being so many mistakes on it, and things that I had to go back and redo. I'm still, to this day, not that crazy about that recording because of, it was a big part of the learning curve in the recording process for me. And that goes for whether you're going to do the production yourself, or for, if you're going into a studio, there's still going to be some kind of learning curve. You're still going to have to, understand some things that you didn't know before if you're new to recording. So since writing and production, no matter in what regard you're doing either of those things, has a learning curve to it, it's worth writing and recording as much as you can, because you're going to realize you're just going to keep getting better as you do it. If you're just kind of thinking about, I'm just going to wait until I'm good enough at writing and then I'm just going to record and all my songs are going to be great, you're probably not going to feel that way as you start going through that process. Now, another thing that's probably hidden in this question, but isn't there outright, is, if you're going into a studio, there's an expense that goes along with recording. So that's probably part of this too. How do you know if it's worth spending the money on the songs? I think what I said still applies. No matter if you're spending money or you're doing it at home for free, in that case, you're spending more time. It's still going to be, there's still going to be a learning curve there. So, of course you don't want to be spending money that you don't have to, but I think, in order to get better at this stuff, you do just have to keep, doing it. And, even if you go to a studio, spend the money there and you didn't like this place, you'll find that out, and then you'll be able to go somewhere else the next time. That's part of your learning curve in that case. But I do think you just have to keep moving forward with this stuff. Even if early on, maybe you just go to cheaper recording studios if you feel like your songwriting chops aren't there yet. But just to have things recorded and to hear that stuff back is really valuable. And maybe early on, you even just do a couple covers and record them just to get a feel for what this recording process is going to be like for you and what the final product is going to be, and to just learn some things. Maybe you have a friend who does production, and he's trying to learn the production end of things, and you're, trying to see how your songs will come out, and you can work together in that sense. But I think, I do think you just have to, get started with it. That's the most important thing. So again, maybe just hold off on the super expensive studio right away, get a feel for it. Once you get those early recordings, you may not understand how good or bad they are in the beginning. And that's okay. You will, the more you do it. But also you'll be able to show it to people who do understand that. So if you just get started and get something recorded, whether it's your home studio to save money or a cheap studio to save money, you'll start to understand the process, and then you can show it to people and say, hey, I recorded this. What do you think of it? And then if it's someone who has some experience, they can maybe say, you know what, you could do this better, or you can go to this place. This needs to improve. And you can start to get that feedback. So if you're in this phase of, how do I know if my songs are worth recording? Do something knowing that it's not going to be like this big release that you push out to social media, and, trying to get everybody excited about, but instead just know that it's something that you're doing to start the process. Because as a songwriter, you do want your stuff recorded. So do something to start the process that you can start to get feedback on. And then at some point of doing this for a little while, you will understand the quality of your recordings and your songwriting. The more you do it and the more you get feedback. And then you'll be able to figure out the best recording strategy for you when you do want these songs, out for your big push. So it all comes down to, practice. This stuff takes practice. So don't think that you just have to work on the songwriting end of things and then boom, the recordings will be really good. The only way you can maybe get away with having the recordings be really good right off the bat is if, you do all this stuff and you work on the writing end of things, and then you just have a ton of money to spend and money's not an issue, and you can hire the best demo people, the best studio musicians, all that kind of stuff. The best, you can get a producer and you can go all out. But I know that's not the case for most people. So I think when you ask the question, how do you know if your songs are worth recording, you're assuming that money is a consideration, as it is for most people. Okay, so hopefully that information helps you out. If you're looking for a lot more ways to improve your songwriting, I've got a couple of cheat sheets for you that you can download by tapping on the screen here. And if you have not yet subscribed to this YouTube channel to stay updated on our latest songwriting videos, you can tap our logo on the screen for that. And I'll also have links for that stuff below this video. So thank you for checking this out, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.